Well, good evening, brothers and sisters. So good to see you all here this evening of the incredibly beautiful full moon. I just feel that it's so incredible, this planet we're on, and I want to play a piece of flute music to celebrate this planet and all of us who also love the planet. Well, hello everybody. Good to see you. I think I have to stop because it's 10 o'clock here and we're not supposed to play music after 10. So I'm going to honor my neighbors, but I'm glad that you stopped by to listen. I'll share you a little bit about, I was playing a double chamber Native American flute. One side is a drone and the other side is where the melody came from. So you probably heard, they heard the two combined, and that makes a beautiful, beautiful sound when you have a drone as well as a melody. I got this flute many, many, many years ago. I had just gotten up to New York from my winter down in Florida, and I was going to an ashram, Ananda ashram, which I love. And some of you may go there also, up there in the New York area, up in Tuxedo, New York, near Tuxedo, New York. And anyhow, so I just started my summer tour, and I was going to have a performance at the Ananda ashram. And this woman was putting something in her car that drew my fancy. And I couldn't help but to go over and say, "What is that?" And she pulled it out and she started playing. And it was a double chamber Native American style flute. And I just fell in love with it. So now all summer long, I was going to be going to different festivals and performing and selling my artwork and such. And I looked for a double chambered flute all summer long, thinking I would find one at one of the gatherings. Wouldn't you know it, I came back down to Florida at the end of the summer, and the first gathering I went to, I found this one. Now this one is different than hers was. Hers had two flutes, two meeting together like this rather than like this. Mine would be like this, and if you imagine it's like this, so you would blow it into it like that. I'm not going to put my fingers in my mouth because you know why. But it would be like, would be like this. So it had been a lot more fragile. I really am happy I got this one. I don't know who made it. It's not signed. But I have spoken to many a nature spirit with it. And I have a painting up there that when my eyes landed on it and I was here playing my flute, she's singing to all of the fae folk, the fairies. And that's really how I got started playing flutes and recorders when I was just about 4 years old. I used to steal my sister's flute and recorder and go out and speak to the nature spirits. And that was my first teachers of music, and it's carried with me my whole life, and I'm so grateful for it. And I will continue, I believe, to speak with the nature spirits about it. I also got from there, brothers and sisters, take this light and shine it on yourself to give yourself some refuge from all of what's going on, and remember that you are magnificent beings and you are created as perfect beings. And yes, sometimes we get bad habits and things like that, but deep down inside, your essence, your energy is perfect just the way you are. And so I encourage you to really give yourself that love, knowing that. And yes, the things that you don't want to be in that picture, you can be gentle with yourself and grow away from those as you grow towards your light. And so I really just want you to know that I love you all, and it's just wonderful to have you here. Facebook has been such an amazing thing. If we were to write a story, and maybe we could all put our heads together, if we were to all write a story about these days to pass down, it perhaps could be a science fiction story or a book of myth, And, the God would be the God of internet. And perhaps his son would be the God of Zoom. And perhaps his other son or his daughter would be the daughter and the goddess of Facebook. And then there is Instagram and all of those others, and I don't really know those ones. Perhaps you could post. Where are you visiting from? I see some people from up in New Hampshire. Some people, I don't know where you are from. Oh, Eric, I know you're up in New Hampshire, one of my heroine women who has been working on healing a family member with herbs. And so that is really wonderful and powerful. I look forward to hearing more about that journey, Erica. And I know that you're all amazing, and I hold you all in such love, because love, you know, I keep on wanting to play the song We Shall Overcome, and I believe that I will be playing that one soon, because I believe that we will overcome this, that we will grow from it, and we will become better people from it. Yes, there's many steps along the way. I don't think we're done with it yet. It's not showing signs that that's the case. Upstate New York. Thanks, Nikki. What part of New York? What part of upstate New York? I wonder. I used to live up in Binghamton, and I used to do the Renaissance Fair in Tuxedo, New York. Where are you all from? I would love to know how far this web is cast. I know people from all around the world at this point, and like you probably will do. So, hi, Erica. So, hi, Patrice. I know you're in Florida. I don't know where Dallas Castanis is from. I don't know you. So, blessings to you. So, anyhow, so this flute has traveled with me. It's played for many people. And for those of you who didn't hear it, it will be on the replay live for a little while. But it's a double chamber Native American style flute. And I just love it. You know, when I play a wind instrument, I feel as if I'm breathing the breath of all the ancestors. Winnipeg, Canada. Pedro, thank you for telling us. I was just speaking to two friends in Canada. They were in Quebec. And I'm speaking to them at different times. I just got word that my battery is low, so I'm going to be cutting this off. Eric in Goffstown, New Hampshire. Yes, yes. Excellent. That's beautiful up there, and I imagine you're looking forward to the summer. I miss the summers up there, the fresh air and the fresh, clean water. Beautiful, beautiful mountains. And then there's Bear Brook Park, and there, if you go in there, there's a trail that takes you to this little cove alongside the creek that is going through there, and it's like a nest for all hundreds and thousands of dragonflies, beautiful turquoise-tipped dragonflies. It's a beautiful place. I have fond memories that I went with my friend Virginia and found. So I hope that you find places in your heart to really contemplate places that you love, people that you love. Spend as much time as you can with the love. Also, honor the grieving that you probably are feeling. I think it's really important not to try to squelch it away or try to get rid of it. You want to honor it. It's here for a reason. It's here to show us, you know, we're taking this serious. I hope you're all really practicing. You know, I'm not meaning to preach here, but I really think it's important that we do our social distancing as much as possible and support each other in that, because we want this to really blow over and so that we can bring in a new life, a new way of living, that, you know, from things that we've learned from now, this we can shift everything to be much more peaceful for the earth. If we all are willing to keep on honoring the earth and the planet we're on, because yes, the water speaks, yes, all of the elements speak, the air speaks, it brings messages throughout all of the universe. The water is the same. Speak to your water, thank your water, thank the air, all of the elements, thank everything. Everything is energy, and it's all worth thanking, just as you thank a friend. Yes, you can thank God. That's great. That's wonderful. Yes, God is behind it all, I believe. You know, everybody has a different idea of God, and that's very personal. But you can thank God. But it's also, I think it's a wonderful thing to thank all of the elements, all of the energy beings that are serving us in this time, because, you know, we really have it very cushy. You know, this was all set up in a way. We've got in this internet, we can talk with friends, we can even see friends, and it's just incredible. So it's really perfect timing, and we hopefully all of us have comfortable home to be in, and it's like we have a retreat. We're being given a retreat to inquire on who we are without the distractions of a lot of the hustle and bustle that was being sort of run through us earlier on. So we're given this time to reflect, to honor and watch and be aware of our feelings, of all of our feelings, to learn to be with them all, not to necessarily feel sorry for us in them, but to witness ourselves witnessing them. I find if I take witness stance when I'm going through something hard, it's easier for me to just witness it and honor it, because it is speaking of many different things, and it's up to me to inquire what those things are, just as it is up to you. And if we can do that, we can get through those periods. For me, it comes in waves. And in allowing them to come, I let myself feel it, and I cry. I let the tears out until I don't feel like crying anymore, till I don't feel like grieving anymore. And it's like, then I can reach for the joy and the gratitude again. So I don't want any of you to misunderstand when I really promote positive thinking to mean that I feel like you're not supposed to look at your challenges in a very serious way. But one thing that does help me get through it is when I realize that all of my other hardships in my life, believe me, I've had my share fare, like I'm sure all of you have. We're all the walking wounded in many ways. But all of them, I've come out with lessons that have served me incredibly well. And I've always come out really grateful for the challenge. And not that I wished it to stay, but the value that what had transformed in me through them was just irreplaceable, and I would not give those back for the world. And so I invite you to hold that with you when you do look at your grief, and when you do look at your fears and your worries and the parts of you that aren't just the happy parts of you. Hold that with you so that it can be a magnet to holding you to the knowledge that this too has a reason to it. And it's our job to discover the reason, not to get swallowed up in it, but to discover it. And so I leave you, and for us it's evening here on the East Coast of the United States, and I think we have people maybe from all over the world here, but I leave you in going to dreamtime state. And I was just reading, I have this book called The Book of Do-In. It's a beautiful book. It's kind of been traveling with me for many, many, many years. Some years I study it more than others. But hi, Hazel. Blessings to you. So this Book of Do-In, I've carried with me since like the 70s. And I started reading it again just a few days ago, and it has a whole way of life in it, as well as movements that help you massage your own body by the way you're moving it. And the part that I read yesterday was about to wake up early in the morning before the sunrise, because that's a very quiet time energetically. A lot of people's minds aren't as busy, and so you've got a clearer thought wave. And to contemplate life and all its meanings with yourself, do some reading, some writing, something creative. And then also cleaning your space and thanking your space. I love to thank my bed, make my bed and spritz it with some rose water and thank it, because you know that bed has held me every night, whether I'm happy or sad. It just loves me unconditionally. It allows me to sleep and rest. It supports me in that. So it's wonderful to know that. And so the Book of Do-In suggests that we do that, and then that we live in a very conscious way about the food we're eating and consuming, because it is becoming us. And so to really do that in a conscious manner is a beautiful thing. And when we forget these things, we can remember again and just let ourselves be with it, which is so beautiful. And then for nighttime, it says to really look upon how value has your day been, not just to yourself, but to the world. In what way have you enriched life, and that can possibly enrich other people's lives? And then what I like to add to that is, what am I so grateful for this evening? And fall asleep, like bathing my mind and my heart and my soul in my gratitudes, not just like a list of gratitudes, but really enriching them with what I feel like when I'm grateful for them and what qualities I love about them. And so I invite you to do that because it frames the sleeping. So you're going to sleep in that beautiful state of mind, and you're waking up again in a beautiful state of mind. So you're framing your waking hours and your sleeping hours. And you know that sleeping is the closest thing we come to being in total vulnerability, total surrender to whatever is. And it's the closest thing we come to dying each night. So if we can frame it with these beautiful ways of being, we'll have a very peaceful time no matter what happens. So I invite you to have very beautiful dreams and to sleep and rest well in your delightful bed that has supported you for all of these years. And I know my battery is going down. I invite you to make a couple more comments and share anything you want to for a few more minutes while I close this up. So I want to thank the moon for shining light upon us tonight. This beautiful Libra moon, and it's got this pink tinge to it. It's just incredible. And I love the way the moon in itself is not the light, but it reflects the light. And in case you haven't noticed, my name is Deluna, and I am not the light. I am just reflecting the light. That is what my essence is. And I believe that is many of our essences. Some reflect the fire and the passion, others reflect the earth. But mine is really, I reflect all of those things too, but I think I'm mostly about reflecting the light. And that's my reflection. You might have a different opinion of it, but that's the way I feel. And so I invite you to ponder, what are you reflecting in your life and in the way you're showing up for yourself on all the levels. I know, Hazel, you're a goddess of creativity and incredibly beautiful artwork. I hope you're being prolific in these days and letting your light shine. I hope that you all are. I don't recognize all of your names. I don't know all of you intimately, but I'd love if you would post a little bit and tell us and share with us what brings you light and what brings you a sense of purpose in this life. And are you taking this opportunity during this corona to reach for that purpose and really manifest it as much as you can? It's one of the beautiful things about this. We're all on a retreat. We're all, well, those of us who have the option, the luxury of not going out and working and are at home, we can use this time to reflect as to what is our purpose here. Where is it that we really reflect life? And I'd love to hear from you, Nilam. And also from Joan. That's who I see on my screen. I don't know who else is watching. But Erica, I know you're a beautiful herbalist. Pedro, what is your passion in life? What do you feel you're here to do? Please type in here and let me know how you're doing. Patrice, you do that beautiful digital art. Oh, it's just stunning. I always enjoy your work. I love seeing it. Dallas, what's your passion? Please let us know. Nikki from upstate New York, what is your passion? What is it that you love to do? What is it that brings you great joy and that you find yourself fascinated with when you sit down or stand up or however you do it? How about you, Carla Bryant? I'd love to hear from you all. Well, okay. I think you can continue to post what your passions are after I finish this, and my battery is about to die very shortly, and I don't want to get cut off without giving you a really heartfelt thank you for coming. I hope that your time here was really worth your while, and I'd love to hear from you, and you can message me privately or on the group. I think a lot of you are on the group that's called Let's Ride This Wave Together, a group that I created to support us emotionally through this challenging time. And I am creating a PowerPoint on working with grief because I know that it's something that if I'm feeling it, you know, it's come and gone a few times, that I'm sure that other people are too, and I'm here to be of service. And if there's any other particular subject that you want me to focus on, I can put that on my list of presentations to create for you, because I'm really here to serve, not just for my own satisfaction or just to give you what I think you need or want. So please give me that feedback. It helps me to be of service. And so again, that's let's ride this wave together, just as if we're surfing, okay? You can go there. It's a closed group. It's free, and I'm not trying to sell you anything there. And you can ask to join, and I'll let you in. I'm letting everybody in pretty much. And if that's what you want to do, I'll ask you to become a friend, so that way I'll be able to send you messages and deepen our relationship a little bit, you know, so we get to know each other and check in with you every once in a while to make sure you're okay. You don't need any extra support. And it's a beautiful group. We've got a beautiful family of people there, just like all of you. And I know some of you that are here are on that group, and it's really been, I think, a heaven sent. I know for some people who have let me know, and it's also been a heaven sent for me, because it's helping me to feel as if I have a purpose at the end of the day as well. So with that, I leave you with your dreams, brothers and sisters, all around the world. Blessings to you, and I look forward to deepening our relationship all together around the world, networking in love. Blessings. Namaste.